MSC Cruise Line is dropping their European routes and heading down to Texas. And I've got a front row seat to show you their newest offering from Galveston. Hey, what's up? It's Corey. The MSC Seascape is one of the newest ships in the MSC USA fleet, entering service in late 2021. It's a sleek, modern, and very European-feeling cruise ship. But the big question is, can she carry the torch of everything being bigger in Texas? Today we'll find out thanks to an invite from MSC Cruise Line for an exclusive behind-the-scenes look, and of course a huge thank you to my official travel partners at Cruise Is It. If you're thinking about booking this or any cruise, check out midshipscruise.com and click Book a Cruise to get started. My time aboard the MSC Seascape was what's considered a preview sailing, and I had just one day on board to get around and experience everything. So let's get started and head inside. Walking into the main atrium, you instantly notice that MSC has some flair. Chrome mirrors, Swarovski crystal staircases everywhere. This ship shines like stars in the Texas sky. She carries over 5,600 guests at full capacity and features more outdoor space than any other previous MSC ship has. What about the food? Well, what about it? Let's talk food here on the Seascape. The Marketplace Buffet is the main hub for dining throughout the day. It wraps around the aft of Deck 16 and offers just about everything you'd expect on a cruise ship buffet. Pizzas that are fresh from the oven, carving stations, pastas, and a surprising number of international dishes. MSC leans heavily on these Mediterranean fresh flavors. Some of my faves in the buffet were the mac and cheese, these crab legs, and anything from this fun little kids meal section that has a lower height counter. It's a cool little grab and go, and parents, if you want something here, just shh. Do it while the kids aren't looking, and then we don't have to be embarrassed. I did too. For specialty dining on board Seascape, it brings options like the Butcher's Cut Steakhouse, the moving sushi bar called Kyoto, and another fun specialty stop here on board is Hola Tacos. They had a cool preview menu out for us to sample while I was there, and I was able to try out their yummy loaded nachos and get a little loaded myself on a lime original blended margarita. They have 3 different margarita flavors that are all going in blenders, like basically slushies for adults. They've got lime, mango, and strawberry. Yes, you can get them mixed as well if you want a couple flavors together, mango, strawberry, however you want it. I also had the chance to visit the main dining room for dinner on board, and despite service being relatively slow by cruise line standards, I had one of the best MDR fillets that I can remember on any cruise. And of course, we can't eat without wetting our whistles a little bit. MSC have bars everywhere on board the Seascape. My favorite spot? It's the sports bar. Just look at this place. Personally, I really like these private feeling little booths that you can kind of sit in and cocoon yourself with the sports that you want to watch instead of watching, I don't know, soccer, which usually seems to be on all the time. Either way, down here, you're never far from the action, and the service was awesome. Now, let's head topside where the vacationing is going to take place for you. Seascape's main pool deck feels massive, with plenty of loungers and seating available everywhere. Though, get here early if you want one of these cool floating daybeds over the main pool. I especially love how many hot tubs they have spread throughout this ship, way up on this deck and down towards the promenade. There's also an adults-only infinity pool at the aft of Seascape, speaking of down towards the promenade, that gives major, like, Miami rooftop vibes. And the Bridge of Sighs, it's a glass walkway. It towers 72 feet above this area. This is a really cool spot on the ship. I love watching sail away from here, as well as those sunrises and sunsets that you can really only get out in the ocean. By the way, if you're posing for photos back here, I hope they turn out, because every time I do, it's always like a weird, like, cult leader vibe. I am just not photogenic for whatever reason. Now, kids and kids at heart will love the Pirates Cove water park here on the Seascape. It spans several decks and it features splash pads, tons of water slides, and even a high ropes area that's pretty easy access for even people who aren't quite as brave of the normal high ropes that you might see on cruise ships. While thrill seekers can check out the Robotron. It's MSC's crazy robot arm ride that swings you high above the deck. You get a 360-degree view of, well, the cruise ship and everything around you. It's kind of like the robot bartenders on Royal Caribbean, although you're the drink in this case. They're mixing you up. Just be careful, this ride will scramble you a bit, so maybe take some Dramamine beforehand. Whew, that's a lot of public areas, but what about the space on the ship that is just yours? Let's talk about cabins. In my case, we're checking out number 13266, lucky number 13. This is a balcony stateroom located near the aft elevators on deck 13. The design in here is sleek and modern with gray-toned woods, clean lines, and a comfortable bed that rivals all the other major cruise lines. And look at that mirror. The functionality in here is pretty decent as well, with adequate storage and tons of plugs and USB outlets, perfect for modern cruisers. And if that pill organizer right there caught your eye just now, like it did mine when I found it, you can find it in my Amazon store. It holds so many pills and it helps me remember what day of the week it is on a longer cruise. There's a link in all the places if you want to check it out and support me while buying something cool. With USB ports beside the bed and a great big TV, this room really has everything you'd expect from a brand new-ish cruise ship. Stepping into the bathroom, it's actually quite spacious when you compare it to other newer ships from rivals like Carnival or Royal Caribbean. As a matter of fact, I'm on Carnival's newest ship, and this bathroom behind me, I can touch all four walls at once, basically. It's so small. So I was happy to see the extra space here on the Seascape. I like the large glass shower enclosure with MSC's signature scented soaps. Hard to say. It's one of my favorite smells. I literally don't know what it smells like. Now, this being a balcony cabin, we can't skip checking things out here. It comes with 2 chairs and an ottoman on an extra deep deck, and I really enjoyed taking in views of the port of Galveston from here. Now, even with just one night on board, I'm down to only a few hours left. I wanted to see how MSC is handling their entertainment here in Texas, because I know this is another huge thing that people have complained about in the past with this cruise line. Things have improved in this department as well, and that's because MSC packs in entertainment. Hosting live musicians in nearly every lounge, they feature one of my favorites, dueling pianos. I love this. I wish every cruise line would bring dueling pianos. They have DJs spinning on deck all day and into the night, and theater productions that feel straight off the Vegas Strip. I caught a sample variety show in the Cabaret Theater way in the back of the ship. It featured Texas-themed singing and dancing and even some lasso work, which was kind of fun. I'm just like a Midwestern guy, so like, thrill me with your ropes, Texas. And later... Did I just say that? Thrill me with your ropes. Later on in the evening, this venue turns into the nightclub, and I think this is spectacular. It's my favorite nightclub at sea. MSC really have nailed this concept, and what happens in the nightclub stays in the nightclub, y'all. So is there like a compelling reason to book a cruise here on the Seascape? The biggest thing that stood out to me was pretty much everywhere you look, it's an upscale vibe all over this ship. Very unexpectedly so for the price point of this cruise. I mean, we're only talking a few $100 a person to get on board here, and you can have what looks like a luxury premium cruise experience on board this ship, and feels like it as well. From the 3-story LED atrium stage to the chrome hallway or high-end wine cellar that has like wine vending machines, Seascape brings a futuristic vibe that stands apart from other popular cruise lines here in the US. So, after seeing the Seascape up close again out of Galveston, do I think it's perfect for Texas cruisers? Absolutely, y'all. I think you should book your cruise on this ship. The ship itself is stunning and modern. It brings a totally new flavor to the Gulf Coast cruise scene that has been so dominated by Carnival and Royal Caribbean for all of these years recently. If you're ready for something different from the usual lineup that you've probably sailed a lot of times before, Seascape deserves a spot on your radar. I think you should check it out. Again, a huge thank you to MSC for inviting me along and comping my cabin on board this cruise. Thanks so much to Cruises It for making it all possible. Remember, if you're thinking of booking the Seascape out of Galveston, go to midshipscruise.com and click on cruise deals or book a cruise. I actually have in the cruise deals, I've got some of the best prices for Seascape listed in there, right there for you if you want, if you just want your handheld booking this cruise, or if you really want to dive deep, you can do that yourself. It's a great way to support me and get some cool perks on the back end. Thanks for watching.